Howdy there, first video of 2024, let's go. I had plans to escape to Toowoomba for a weekend, or even just one night, but before I did that, I realized I hadn't fixed the light seals on the RB67. So the first thing I had to do was look at that, and do you know what I found? It's turned to dust. That might be our problem. You know what people don't tell you is the hardest part of repairing and putting in new light seals is finding the right size screwdriver for these tiny little things. How is the knife the perfect size for this? Yes! Yeah, something's gotten caught inside of it. Someone has smushed some paper down with the slide. It is done. It has been done terribly, but it is done. And even though I've done a bad job, at least there's something there now, whereas before there was literally nothing. It was just dust. One of the first things I saw when I was getting out of town was this derelict building that was finally getting demolished. It used to be these giant office blocks that had graffiti all down the side of them, and I loved the look of these giant angry machines tearing apart the inner copper and linings of this concrete jungle. So I tried to capture the essence of this angry machine bearing down on this building. I think it looks quite alive. The first couple of stops were old thrift shops and pawn stores, like this just trash and treasure market. And I bought a little camera for a friend from there. Let's see. And the next one I stopped at had these guitars mounted on the wall that were just so picturesque, and it had this light filtering in from the wall. Really nice little town. One of my favourite spots I got to stop by was the Criterion Hotel in Gatton. It was this old rundown pub run by this lady who'd been there for so many years, and she just had stories about the local town and everything. She was a real sweetie. But yeah, it was on to Toowoomba after that. All in all, I didn't even make it to the town until about 6 p.m. So I checked into the cheapest hotel in town, which had recently changed hands that night, and I asked the lady behind the counter what was on that night, and she said, well, you can either go to the strip club up the road or the folk club down the other way. And me, being a bit of a die-hard folkie at heart, decided I would get up at the open mic at the Irish pub down the road, which made for a very great night and a bit of a hangover the next day. There's something nice about a country pub where you can walk in and make friends with everyone there, and there's no better way to do that than performing an open mic.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now we have Josh at our Open Mic Night Plus. He's a first timer, so let's give him a round of applause before he starts, because we wouldn't mind giving him one after he finishes.
Thanks. That was great from Josh. There's a lot of talent around this town. Good on you, Josh. How about it? Give it again for Josh.
In the morning, I ordered a breakfast that even a trucker would have been happy with, and then went on to the Torbrook lookout. And I got this picture of one of the main mountains near the region, but I was really upset because I was shooting on some trashy fomapan. It mustn't have been anything higher than 100. And you just don't get any contrast, and it looks murky. I don't know if that's... it's kind of everything on the roll, but I think the conditions were a bit overcast and I wasn't quite happy with it. So I went for a little walk and I shot on my other cameras for a little while. This was quite a nice one, with the bird and the framing down the stairs. I really like the way that all of these, the metal kind of surrounds and warps around it. It's nice. I think it works a little better in black and white, actually. There wasn't too much to do in Toowoomba that day, so I started winding my way back down the Hillerton and Gatton highway, all the way through to Gatton, where I found this weird array of Stobie poles that were in the middle of some one farmer's field. And it looked kind of like this weird radar display. It'd been cropped up out of the ground. But I don't even think I did that justice, because I was shooting on this, I think it was a 70mm lens, and it just blows everything out. It's the first time I've used it, so I'm probably, as soon as I can work out how to get the lens off my camera, it's coming back off. thank you for tuning in. This has been the first one of these videos for 2024. It's nice to knock the dust off of my lenses and get back in the habit of doing it. I am going to be moving soon, so there won't be much more Brisbane content to come, but there will be more Adelaide or Melbourne footage in the works, and probably a nice road trip in the middle there somewhere. So have that to look forward to. I've got some footage from America and even more from Italy that I'm still working on that'll come out one day. So subscribe, like, do all the things. Thank you. Cheers.